All right, welcome to week 4. Here we go. If you notice, the format is a little bit different when you come into your Schoology page, and I did that for a reason. I changed it because I felt like it was really clicky, and when you get in here, the first thing you see is our learning goal and the overview video, which is what you're watching right now. So you click on that, and then your to-do list, but then you'll see which day you'll need to work on. You just go right into the day instead of having to click through the week and different things like that. I still have the last week's materials and the weeks before that. I'll put them down at the bottom and just create a folder where I put everything in there like we were doing. But when we are currently working on something, you'll be able to go to the top of the page and it should be right there and you can click right into it. So Monday right away, we still have our SSR folder every time. So keep doing that. And then we are going to be reading a short story called The Night the Bed Fell. And we'll be reading a whole bunch of different stories. So that's kind of what we're going to be working on. And our learning goal is to understand conflict and plotline and how they function in those stories. Other things I wanted to mention is down at the very bottom, I added the bin, and we'll talk about that in class too, but it's a place where if you are absent or you have a late assignment, you can turn it in right here instead of having to click back to what week it was and which day and try and find it. I don't want you to use this unless you need to. So, as we're going along when we have assignments and if you're here and you're doing things on time, hand things in where they're supposed to go. But I think this will make it easier if it's handed in after when the whole class is handing it in, if that makes sense. I also wanted to remind you to check the grade book. It's not really your grades, it's more like feedback, remember, but I did put some scores in there. I will say I haven't gotten entries from a lot of people on a daily basis for the SSR super sentence. Make sure you're doing that every day because some people ended up with ones just because I didn't see enough evidence from you. Which means if you see ones in the grade book as your feedback and you're like, well, I just didn't submit it or I need to show you that, I'm going to put it on you to bring that to me and show it to me, and then I can update it in there to reflect what you've been learning and how you're showing what you know. So just come to me if you're concerned about those ones and you really do have evidence of what you've been doing. I think that is about it. So let me know if you have any questions, but we'll be reading some stories this week and doing all kinds of good reading. And I hope you have a really good week.